Everything has a price at the iron auction. Tonight, she became a lot number. 60 seconds is all I need. That stone has a growth seam at 4 o'clock. It's lab grown. It's a fake passed as real, and I'd know because the method that made it is mine.
Going once, going twice.
10 million.
Sold. To the gentleman in box 1.
Let me pass.
Madam, you've been recognized. Uninvited guests at the iron auction don't leave. They become merchandise.
The lady. I'll take her too.
I came to steal back one thing. Now I'm a thing someone else owns.
Wrap them both. Send them to my car.
Panic is a luxury. I don't have time for it. Whoever this man is, he just bought the prototype, which means he's either the thief or he's working for the thief. Either way, he's my fastest road to the truth. Vance. My father's name. And his lab serial number, the one only he and I ever knew. This wasn't a break-in. I was expected. From the moment I stepped in, the whole auction was a net, and he was waiting at the center of it. He bought my father's work, he bought me, and my father's name was already on the ticket. I didn't walk into an auction. I walked into a trap that was set 3 years ago.
Bring her in.
He didn't lock the door. He gave me a view instead. A prison with a view is still a prison.
You're not a prisoner. You're an asset. Sign. 6 months. You stay, you cooperate, you walk away rich. Refuse, and I hand you back to the auction. You know what they do with merchandise that talks.
I don't sign things I haven't read for flaws. Occupational habit. Clause 9. The cooperation it requires isn't defined. And a defined obligation is a leash you can tighten anytime. I'll sign when Clause 9 names exactly what you want from me.
I want you to authenticate diamonds. Tell me which are real, which are forged, and who made them. That's all.
You're hunting a forger. He wants to hunt the forger. He doesn't know that forger stole my father's life. And he doesn't know I signed this contract with one intention. To find him first. She thought she was using him. She didn't know that on the other side of the city, her brother's photo was already on a different man's desk. That man smiled.
Tell me what you see. Certified natural. Flawless. 3 independent houses. This stone is worth.
Lab grown. Last decade's process. The forged provenance papers are good, but the notary seal uses a font that didn't exist when the document is dated. 2 fakes for the price of 1.
Impossible! This stone has been certified
Look,
by...
4 o'clock. Growth seam. And the notary seal on the provenance, the font didn't exist in 1957. Check it yourself.
3 years I've been chasing a ghost who floods the market with perfect fakes. She just read his fingerprint off a stone in 9 seconds. Who taught you to see like that?
The man who invented the process your ghost is stealing. My father, before someone put him in the ground.
He's been flooding the market for 3 years. I've been collecting everything he's sold. You read the first page. Tell me what you see.
I don't trust him. He bought me with a paddle and a price. Whatever game he's playing, I'm not a pawn in it. I take the prototype and I disappear. My father taught me every lock has a rhythm. You just have to find the beat they built it on.
If you walk out that gate, you'll be dead before dawn. The broker's men have been watching this house since the auction. They didn't come for me. They came for you. The only person alive who can prove their diamonds are stolen. Let's go if you want. I won't stop you. But take this first. The cage was never the door. It was them. I'm the only wall standing between you and the people who killed your father. Too late to run. So, do we fight them together, or do I watch you try alone?
He paraded her as a trophy. She turned the gala into her hunting ground.
So this is the auction girl. How much did you go for, sweetheart? I do hope Adrian got a discount. More than your earrings, darling, which, by the way, are paste. The left one has a bubble inclusion you can see from here. Did he buy you at a discount? Let him think I'm a trophy. A trophy gets invited everywhere. And everywhere in this city, the broker's fakes are hanging off rich necks, waiting for me to read them.
You're not hunting jewelry. You're mapping his network through their necklaces.
You catch on fast for a man who bought a person.
The charity was that Mace Legion.
That look.
He's not just hunting the forger. For 2 years through shell companies, Adrian has been quietly every debt the broker's network owes. Loan by loan, core, criminal bloom pipering on.
You don't want to expose the broker. You want to inherit him. Take over his whole operation.
Is that what it looks like?
It's what the numbers say.
Broker stays counterfeits, ruin Elliot house. My sister, no, I don't want to inherit him. I want to leave him nothing. Not a stone to debt, not a name.
I'm not buying his empire. I'm dismantling it from the inside, one piece at a time.
Do not go to that estate.
I bought you to keep the broker from making you disappear. But ownership makes you my asset, and an asset can be seized, subpoenaed, taken, so the contract has to change.
You're insane.
A wife can't be compelled to testify against her husband. A wife can't be returned to an auction. A wife inherits protection no court and no broker can strip. It's not romance, Ms. Vance, but it's armor. The strongest cage I can build is one with your name on the deed instead of mine.
And the price for this armor?
One thing. In 3 weeks, the broker hosts his grand auction. I need you on that stage in front of every buyer to authenticate it live. To say out loud what it really is and whose process made it.
The kind old man who raised my brother is throwing the broker's auction? You knew. From the auction, you knew who I was, who took my father's work, who's raising my brother. You let me walk around blind for weeks. Why?
Because the moment you knew, you'd have run to that estate to save your brother, and the broker would have buried you both. Knowledge gets people killed, Ms. Vance. I gave you only as much as you could survive.
You're still hiding something about my brother.
Eli isn't a guest at that estate. He's collateral. The broker has kept him close for 3 years. A leash, in case the inventor's daughter ever surfaced. The day you expose the broker, Eli becomes a liability. We have to pull your brother out before you ever step on that stage. Both or neither.
I spent 3 years grateful to the man who murdered my father. And have of clone. I taught my brother to love his killer.
Then we don't just expose him. We take everything. My father's process, my brother, his whole rotten empire, and we leave him exactly what he left us. Nothing.
Partners, then. Not owner and asset. The photo arrived at Frost's desk by morning. What she never saw, she wasn't the only one bidding on lot 47.
You could have just told me this on day one.
Would you have believed the man holding the paddle? Or run straight into the arms of kind Uncle Julian?
The second one. God help me, the second one. Everyone called him the cold air. They never noticed a cold man can also be a patient one. He's been burning his own empire as kindling, just to set fire to the man who killed his sister.
So Tai-Chan.
So Muho.
For the record, the armor was my idea, but it stopped feeling like only armor somewhere around your earrings comment.
I've spent my whole life looking for the flaw in perfect things. I looked at this ring and found nothing. That's when I knew I was in trouble.
One broker bragged his stone was flawless. She made him swallow the word.
They say the auction girl can read flaws. This stone is certified flawless by 3 houses. Care to embarrass yourself, my dear?
Certified by 3 houses you also pay. The stone is lab grown, same process every time. But here's the part you didn't know you were selling. The growth chamber leaves a signature, like a maker's mark. This mark belongs to one source, the same source behind every flawless natural sold in this city for 3 years. I'm not just exposing one stone. I'm teaching this whole room how to see the broker's fingerprint. Once they can see it, they can never unsee it. His entire market dies the day they all look down at their own hands.
Bring the boy to me. It's time the inventor's daughter remembers what she has to lose.
Lena, my dear, your father was my closest friend. I promised him I'd look after you both. Eli has wanted for nothing the best schools, the best care. Family is everything to me.
I grew up trusting this face. Now I read it the way I read a forged stone. The flaw was always there. I just never held it to the light.
Sis, Uncle Julian taught me how to grow roses. He said I can have my own garden someday.
Remember the secret word. If I say it, you run. Don't ask why. Just run.
A small gift. They tell me you have quite the eye. Tell me, my dear, is it real?
It's beautiful, Uncle Julian. Flawless.
Good girl. I knew your father raised you well.
He gave me a test. I passed it. But passing it means he knows I can see. And knowing I can see means he'll move faster. I just bought us time. I don't know how much.
Your labs are running my father's process. You are part of this. You've been profiting off the thing that got him killed.
4 years ago, a broker forced every maid how to learn the unravel process. Houses that refused vanished, like my sister's. So I licensed it, but the next variation every batch my labs produced failed quality control publicly, expensively on purpose.
I accused him of being a thief. He'd been bleeding himself dry to dismantle the thief. I keep reading flaws in everyone. He's the first stone that got clearer the closer I looked. I'm sorry about your sister. The contract had a clause I'd never seen, and Adrian's name was on it. But the handwriting wasn't his.
He showed her the wound. She showed him the tool.
He gave me this when I was 7. Said the world will sell you a lot of perfect things, Lena. Your job is to find the flaw they're hiding because the flaw is always where the truth lives. I thought he meant diamonds. He meant people.
She refused to cheat. That refusal is what killed her. You're the first person who made me feel like maybe honesty isn't a death sentence.
Frost moved. He's taken Eli somewhere I can't reach.
Then we stop waiting. We move tonight.
The Cole boy thinks he's been hiding in my house. Let's remind the inventor's daughter what her husband really signed her up for. Send her the original collateral clause, and the part he conveniently never showed her.
Did your devoted husband mention 4 years ago to keep his own labs alive? He personally agreed to deliver the Vance heir to the broker if she ever resurfaced. He didn't outbeat your death at that auction, sweetheart. He was collecting a debt he'd already promised to pay.
I read flaws for a living, but fear blurs the lens. And right now, all I can see is his name on the line that sold me.
Lena, we can still find him.
Did you sign me away to him? Yes or no? Don't perform. I'll know if you lie.
It's not that simple.
That's not a no. I'll find him myself.
You walk straight into Frost's trap, and I can't stop her without blowing the only card that keeps Eli alive. Prepare everything. If I lose her tonight, I'll spend the rest of my life earning her back.
He sold me to them. Fine, then I don't need him. I've been reading the truth off cold stones my whole life. I can read my way out of one trap.
Fine. You got me. I'm done running.
They built the trap in the dark. They forgot. I do my best reading when the lights go out.
Get in. Please, just get in and hate me in the car if you have to.
Hey, sure, Adrian.
Drive to wherever my brother actually is. After that, we're done.
Explain the clause, the one that names me as collateral, and don't tell me it's complicated.
I auctioned it 4 years ago. He flashed, and as a broker was dispersing me and your family. I didn't write you into it. He did. The day I learned the marriage, unwinding the real person, I started building a way to void it. The York lighting the waved in your face.
You're still not telling me where Eli is. Why?
Because the only reason your brother is still breathing is that Frost thinks I'm still his loyal licensee. The second I move openly to take Eli, Frost knows I've turned and Eli stops being useful. I can't pull him out by force. We have to take Frost down and free Eli in the same breath. One move, or we lose him.
He's telling the truth. I know he is. So why does the truth feel like another cage?
I'll finish the job. The authentication, the auction, all of it. For my brother and my father, not for you. When it's over, I take Eli and I disappear. Don't follow.
She decided to take the broker down herself. The broker had been waiting for that. The zero sample, my father's first successful stone. He kept it like a trophy. Arrogant. Killers always keep a souvenir.
You always did have your father's eyes, Lena. He found my flaw too once, right before he had his accident. You really shouldn't hunt alone, my dear. Alone is how the Vances keep ending up dead.
My father taught me two things: how to read a flaw and how every cage has a way out. Frost built his on my father's blueprints. He never changed the lock. He wanted to bury me in his vault. Instead, I borrowed his best evidence. I always return favors.
I told you alone gets Vages killed. I've been watching your back the whole time. I always will, even from the cold seat.
She walked away to protect herself. He let her, and paid for it in silence. Every day I've hated him from the back seat. He's been bleeding his own fortune to keep my brother alive. He let me push him away, because explaining would have cost Eli his life. He chose my brother's safety over my forgiveness, and said nothing.
He hasn't slept since you took the back seat. He turned down 3 chances to grab the boy by force. Each one would have felt like rescue to you and gotten Eli killed within the hour. He's been playing the long game so you don't have to bury anyone else. He'd rather you hate a living him than thank a reckless one over a coffin.
His cold was never cold. It was the way he carried the worst outcomes for everyone else. I just didn't see it, because I was too busy reading his surface to notice his depth. The back seat is cold. Come pick me up. We finish this together. Partners.
I'm already outside.
He built his empire selling perfect lies. She came to read one out loud.
Our auction girl will confirm what 3 institutes already have. Tell them, Lena. Is the Frost heart flawless?
It's flawless at hiding what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this stone was not found. It was grown using a stolen process, and every chamber leaves a signature. This signature belongs to one inventor, Dr. Thomas Vance, my father, who was murdered for it.
Such a tragic girl. Grief has clearly unbalanced her. Dr. Vance was my dearest friend, and a forger who stole from me. I raised his orphan son out of love. Shall I bring the boy out so you can all see how cruel I've been?
I didn't come here to be silenced, Julian. I came here to be heard, and every person room just heard the truth. You can bring my brother out, but he's not your shield. He's your evidence. The boy you kept prisoner is the best witness you ever gave me. You kept a souvenir, Julian. My father's very first stone, the zero sample. It's locked in your private vault. No forger keeps the original of a process he, the man who kills for it, would. Shall I read its serial number out loud? I have it as this footage.
He's lying! 3 years, he kept me safe. I wasn't allowed to call you, leave, or talk to anyone. He said if I ever told, you'd die!
Your father said almost exactly what you're saying now, right before the breaks. Cleverness runs in the family. So does the ending.
Julian, before you reach for your guards, you might want to check who actually owns this building, and every debt your guards' salaries are paid from. For 2 years, through 40 shell companies, I bought every debt your network owes, including the debts of the men holding those guns. They don't work for you anymore, Julian. They work for whoever holds their notes, that's me.
You didn't start with my father. I traced the Zero Samples chamber back 20 years. The great his entire Julian fortune the same way. Steal an inventor's breakthrough, ruin them, fund an orphanage to look kind, and bury the bodies under charity gallets. My father was just the one who finally read your flaws, so you killed him, and kept his son as a leash on me.
You have no proof! This is a conspiracy! The Vandals were forgers! They stole from—
Enough! 20 years, 37 inventors, 13 bankrupts' deaths, every single one funded a charity gala. The mask wasn't cruelty hiding behind kindness. The kindness was the weapon. You smiled at every funeral you caused.
You want my confession? Fine. But the Zero sample in my vault isn't the only original. There's a second copy of your father's master patent, unsigned. Whoever signs it first owns the process forever, and it's in this building right now. Find it before my lawyers do, little reader.
A second patent, unsigned. He's been holding it for 20 years, just in case. The final insurance policy. Find it before his lawyers do. Before I do.
Sign the patent and he wins legally. Refuse, and he buries it with her father.
Sign, and the boy walks free tonight. Don't, and we'll be in court for 10 years. Plenty of time for another accident. Family is everything, isn't it, Lena?
He thinks I'll choose my brother over my father's name. He's right. I will choose Eli, every time. He just doesn't know I read the fine print of his trap 3 moves ago. Before I sign, let me read this contract out loud. For flaws, it's an occupational habit. Clause 16, co-ownership effective upon the signatory's acknowledgement of the patent's joint origin. In plain words, the moment I sign, I legally confirm Julian Frost has co-invented this process. So I have a question to the court. Julian Van Frost co-invented my father's process. Let him stand here right now and explain a single step of it. I'll know in 9 seconds if he can.
It's a high-pressure chamber with carbon and—
Wrong. The pressure curve is logarithmic, not linear. The chamber uses a signature seed, not a generic carbon source. You've never even seen the inside of the lab, have you, Julian?
Technical evidence. Zero sample trace analysis matching Dr. Vance's original logs. Legal evidence. The patent history shows no prior claim by Frost. Both chains closed.
You taught my brother to call you uncle. He'll testify against you with that same voice. Killers keep souvenirs. She made sure his last one was a pair of handcuffs.
My father told me the flaw is where the truth lives. Today, 20 years of flaws stood up in one room and spoke at once.
On all counts, guilty.
He built his whole life on a flawless mask. The mask is gone. What's left is nothing, just a flaw that finally got read. He bought her with a paddle. Now he had to win her with the truth.
When this started, I told you the marriage was armor, a contract, a wall. I lied to myself mostly. Somewhere between your earring comment and the cold back seat, it stopped being a wall and started being the only place I wanted to come home to.
You let me hate you for weeks. You stood in the rain and let me slam the door.
Because a living wife who hates me is worth more than a reckless one I couldn't protect. I'd do it again. I'd let you hate me 100 times if it kept you breathing. But I won't let you leave without knowing the truth. The contract was never the cage, Lena. You walking away, that's the only thing that ever actually felt like one.
Authentic. No inclusions, no forged seal. It took me my whole life to find one real thing. I'm not handing it back at the auction.
They stole his work and his life. She took back both and put his name on the door. My father didn't invent this to make perfect lies cheaper. He invented it so the truth would be visible to everyone. Today, I'm giving the world his eyes. He could have made us rich with a secret. Instead, I made us right with a standard. That's the inheritance he actually left me.
My Lena, if you're reading this, then you found the flaw they hid, just like I always knew you would.
I'm sorry I left you to finish my fight, but listen, don't let this turn you to stone. I've watched too many honest people armor up till there was nothing soft left to protect. The process was never my real legacy. You are. And whoever finally earns your trust, make sure they can see you the way you see everything else, all the way through. Find the truth, then let yourself be loved by it.
He didn't leave me a weapon. He left me permission. Permission to stop reading flaws long enough to keep something real. My father just gave us his blessing.
Us?
He said to let myself be loved by the truth. You're the truth I kept finding no flaw in. The first auction priced her like a thing. The last one, she set her own terms. A year ago, in a room like a cage, a hammer fell and turned me into a lot number. Tonight, in a room full of light, I set the terms. This stone has no reserve, because the truth was never meant to have a price.
Going once, going twice. Sold to the gentleman in the front row.
I didn't bid on the diamond. I bet on a lifetime of you reading me every day and never finding a reason to walk away.
I've read 1,000 perfect things and found the lie in every one. My father taught me the flaw is where the truth lives. He was right, but he never told me what to do when I finally hold something with no flaw at all.
Sis, I think I can see it too. The truth.
They called the iron auction a place where everything has a price. They were wrong. The only thing worth having was the one thing in this whole city that was never for sale.